guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So I figured now would be a good time to do sort of like a top 10 TUR list. I think Dokkan did a pretty good job with this most recent dual Dokkan Fest, the Super Saiyan Goku and Gohan unit and Cell. I think by adding these characters now, they gave most of the top, major premium Dokkan Fest exclusive units. Most of them do have access to 200% leader skills now, at least like the recent premium characters. So that will give us an opportunity to see a lot of them sort of in their best situations against each other. After using Goku and Gohan and Cell a lot in the red zone, I feel like I'm sort of like ready to sort of like put the listing of how good I think these characters are. I would say that this list is definitely heavily geared, probably red zone-ish, I would say. I mean, it's not only red zone, but that's mostly what matters. People, for some reason, like, really get very defensive about that. Like, oh, more than just red zone matters. And it's like, that is true, but, I mean, keep in mind that every other event in the game can be easily pissed on with, like, any combination of teams, right? Like, it's not any characters, stuff like that. Like, you take Namek Goku, who's, like, a really good unit, but he gets dunked on a lot in the red zone, unless things go a certain way. And you go to, like, any non-red zone event, and Namek Goku is just, like, stunting on everything. He looks really good, right? So, like, there's certain things like that you want to keep in mind. This list is just, like, premium units. So these are, like, the main Dokkan Fest exclusive characters with Dokkan events. I'm not counting banner units, and I'm not counting EZA, like TURs, right? So, like, no Physical Future Gohan or AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta, AGL Turles, right? Those characters are EZA'd. I'm gonna, like, sort of separate them from this list. This is just sort of like the major Dokkan Festival exclusive characters. The last thing before we jump in, when making this, like, I feel pretty confident about the order, but I feel like the top 6 is really close. A lot of them are very well designed, and it's just, I don't know, like, I feel like you can easily sort of rearrange, like, the top 6. Like, you guys will see. I think that there is sort of a difference here. And enough games with TEQ Ultimate Gohan. He's just too good. We gotta start recognizing him. I feel like I have him in an appropriate spot in this list. So let's start with number 10, Kid Gohan. I have AGL Kid Gohan right here. This unit is incredible. He's been incredible. Very, very powerful character who does defensive stack. Now, the thing with defensive stacking, you have to keep in mind in red zone, oftentimes characters like this Kid Gohan, if things go bad right away, he can get obliterated in turn 1. Kid Gohan can, in certain red zone stages. One thing that helps him is that the hardest fight in the game, Broly, is STR, then TEQ, which is bad, but then STR again. So you have time, typically to set Kid Gohan up. And remember that Broly, which really is, I think, the best metric to sort of like judge a lot of these characters, the Broly and Omega fights, because it's like that's what people are going to need help on. You don't need help to beat the Legendary Vegeta event. You don't need help to beat the God event, right? You're not going to need help to beat, Lord Slug in the red zone. It's Broly, it's Omega, it's the hardest fights in the game. That's where the characters with the best performance. I really feel like that's how we should judge these characters. Kid Gohan, very good with the defensive stacking, but I think one thing that really helps his teams a lot is his 3-key 58% defensive support ability is very strong. He has good links with other very good Goku family and Hybrid Saiyan characters, right? That can work well, including All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Fierce Battle, which are good. It does suck. Damn. Demonic Ways, Gaze of Respect, Innocence, like, I mean, if you really wanted to just, like, send this dude to the moon, give him, like, Cold Judgment and then, like, Prepared for Battle instead of, like, Gaze of Respect and Demonic Ways. It's insane how much better he'd get. One thing that really solidifies this guy for me in the top 10 is his active skill, which I think is, like, maybe a top 5 active skill in the game. This is so crazy. The heal, he then guards for the turn, and then he's, active skill defensive buffing all allies for the next 2 turns. I have used this to tank Omega Shenron's attack, his super attack, at the end of the red zone, which is the single hardest hitting attack that, like, typical bosses. I mean, I imagine, UI Goku's Spirit Bomb in that Dokkan event hits harder, but, like, it's not you one-shot that UI Goku, like that Spirit Bomb Goku, right? It's like in like an actual super tough, difficult event, the 1.5 million damage like super attack by Omega, that's like the hardest thing you're going to encounter. And Gohan can tank it. This Gohan can tank it. He's really good, right? And again, his stun can go ahead and really affect STR, Broly, and Omega. Keep in mind that the first phases, you can stun them. So I feel comfortable with AGL Kid Gohan at number 10. Next up, we have AGL Trunks. I do think AGL Trunks is very good. I think Trunks actually can perform pretty well in many of these red zone stages. He's not a character that's going to be capable of tanking super attacks most of the time, but he can do a lot of damage, and he can get a lot of additionals, and he could just generally perform well. I've found that his Super Saiyan form doesn't really help, and is probably not even something you really even want to do in like a lot of these red zone fights. It's so poorly designed, because it's like you want to be attack lowering the enemy, defense lowering the enemy, stunning them, sealing them, all this stuff that can't happen on like turn 6 when you get this Trunks or whatever. So he's good. Not really too much to say about him. But I believe the next unit, Majin Vegeta right here, this Trunks can be a huge portion to help this Majin Vegeta, I think, look a lot better, right? Majin Vegeta, if you get the 6 orbs with him, and you have a Trunks on the team, Majin Vegeta looks really good in the red zone. After using him a lot, I'm not the biggest fan of his team. I just think like double Majin Vegeta is rough. It's not, I don't like really using it. If Majin Vegeta worked a little bit better as a leader and as a unit, I would definitely put him higher. But he does have some flaws. But he could be very, very tanky, which I think does matter. His damage is actually pretty pathetic compared to a lot of the other characters on this list. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh, because Kid Gohan is here, who is doing way less damage than Majin Vegeta, right? But Majin Vegeta, a lot of people pretend that Majin Vegeta does really exceptional damage, when most of the time he just does not. If you've got this up, that is where his damage starts to look a lot better. I mean, to be fair, in Red Zone, you are going to have many turns below 88% HP, so it's not like it's that tough to get, right? But the thing is, Vegeta has no built-in additionals, no built-in crits, nothing like that, which like nearly every other unit in front of him on this list is going to have. He has his active skill, which is very good. I think the main effect of this is that it gives him guaranteed crits. Now, the guaranteed crits, again, is the best part here. You do lose 18% HP. I think that's a fine trade-off for guaranteed crits, but I don't know. It is an AoE, but, dude, being able to get this AoE to actually do something is tough. I mean, I guess you could potentially do it in, like, the Bojack fight. Maybe you could take the 6 hits. It does suck, because it's like they kind of intend this to be like a, maybe like a Super Battle Road type move, especially since it guaranteed stuns, but, like, you're not really going to see this a lot of times in situations where you're going to hit multiple enemies. It's pretty much just a move to get Majin Vegeta guaranteed crits for the turn, which can be even more effective if he would have additionals built in, right? If he could active skill and then triple super, he would be a lot better. Definitely a very good unit, but he damage wise, and then the hoops you have to jump through to get his insane defense. I do think I'm comfortable with him down here, right? For sure. Next, I'd go ahead and bring up TEQ Ultimate Gohan. I don't even really feel like talking about him too much. There's going to be a lot of people nodding their head like, yep. There's going to be a lot of people crying. Tough. I don't care. You use this character and you see how good he is. It's just that simple. It's very difficult for him to take damage. Turn 1 in the red zone, he definitely can take damage, right? Like, this guy is not immune to taking damage at the start of the fight. Definitely understand that, but, he gets one super attack in, and all of a sudden his tankiness goes very up. He gets another super attack in, and, he's just not taking damage. The hardest fights in the game, which feel impossible with most of the teams in the game, this guy laughs. This is a joke to him. Incredible unit, just incredible. He builds up ki right here. He would be a lot worse, by the way, if not for this. This is very helpful for this unit. So that's, very powerful. This guy is such a problem with how good he has been for so long. It's simple. It's that he guards, and then he greatly stacks defense. That two in conjunction with each other is why most guard characters that come out are very weird. I think it's because they made this guy and they made him too good. He's too good. He's coming in on 2 years old, and he's way too good. I feel very comfortable with him at this spot, by the way. Okay, so next here we have Cell. Now here's where people are gonna start crying when they see this. But like, you know, when we start filling in the rest of the top 5, you know, it should be fairly obvious why like a unit A is in front of Cell and stuff like that, right? I don't really have a lot to criticize this guy with. Once he's perfect Cell, it's GG. 35% chance to crit and dodge is insane. It oftentimes is like when I'm using him, he's shooting out 10 million attack stats, and a lot of times he can do, you know, 10 million attack stats because he has a high chance to additional HP 50% or more, and then he potentially could even do 3. And then it's like, it's not like it's just like, oh, 10 million attack stats, but he's dead on the other end. No, I mean, then the asshole has 35% chance to dodge, and he's essentially approaching on 1 million defense a lot of the times. Very powerful unit. I am very unimpressed with first form and second form Cell. I think they're very mid, these two. Unless you're going up against, like, fulfilling all their conditions down here, Cell is not really that good until perfect. And, like, that's the thing when talking about, like, the Goku Gohan unit versus, like, Cell, is that I'm taking Goku over first and second form Cell. These two don't really impress me that much, right? But it's like, he just takes such a leap once he becomes perfect. I don't know what it is, but this 35% chance to dodge feels much higher to me than just 35%. Very well-designed unit. I would feel very comfortable potentially even moving this guy up if I could see his maximum output more often if a better Cell was released. If, you know, INT LR Cell gets Easy 8 or something like that, I could shoot this dude up a couple of spots probably. So we have Cell right there. Then I would put Kid Buu directly in front of him. Now, I think Cell and Kid Buu are very, very similar in their powers, to me. The units are very close in what they're doing, right? I think Kid Buu is a little bit better. One of the main reasons is this, right? Like, if I asked you, who is Cell's best linking partner? A lot of you guys would probably point to, like, INT LR Cell. Did you know that INT LR Cell has 0 key links with this Cell until turn 5 when this guy's perfect? 0 key links. 0. So this guy, on many turns, you know, using him with that INT LR Cell, he needs 6 key, which, you know, can definitely be an issue when you're also running, like, the TEQ Androids who need all the tech orbs, right? You know, and Cell's not really linking well with a lot of his team. You know, it's just an issue, right? Kid Buu is giving himself 3 key for free. Huge, huge ability. Since release, Kid Buu and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I have slurped their balls over that key passive they give themselves. On a TUR, it's so good. Both Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Kid Buu. Incredible part of their design. Now, to me, the reason I think Cell full power is better than Kid Buu full power. I just think Kid Buu is just so much better than first and second form Cell. That's why. Like Kid Buu builds up as he attacks, right? He needs to do 4 hits, and then he needs to take 6 hits to activate his active skill. But the thing is that, you know, he's got the built-in additional right here and the HP recovery with this. I just see Kid Buu performing much better those first couple of turns. And then by the time Cell becomes perfect, Kid Buu is probably going to be rounding up to being fully built up, in which Cell is a bit better, but Kid Buu can hang in, right? I think the big difference between Kid Buu and Cell, too, I really, you know, do want to point out, again, this 35% chance to dodge. It feels very powerful. I don't know. You could interchange these two. I feel like I want to say I like Kid Buu slightly better, though. I do. Nobody talks about Cell's first and second form and how mid they are. They're not that impressive unless you're in Super Battle Road, right? Against 3 enemies. And it's like, yeah, Super Battle Road is tough for sure. Like, I'm not going to knock that. Especially if you're doing, like, I don't know, maybe like Worldwide Chaos, if that gets one, right? Target Goku. But you want to know what's funny about Super Battle Road? you could use 4 items. So, it's not that tough, right? Oh, we're just popping Ghost Ushers and Whis all day long. Oh, we won easily, right? You go into Red Zone, you got 1 item. The boss has 50 health bars. GG, good luck. Liam Neeson and Taken, man. Good luck. All right, next. We bring up Super Saiyan 2/3 Goku. I was actually... I don't know. Depending upon my mood, I feel like what if I bumped Goku to 6 and put Kid Buu and Cell above him? I would do that. I feel like if Cell and Kid Buu just each had like one relative partner, right? Like that could really help them out. I mean, I guess Kid Buu does have Jinembu, right? Cell doesn't really have an equivalent to Jinembu that Kid Buu has. I could push them above Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he's a Saiyan, right? Like, a lot of times I'm running a Goku family team filled up with characters with the Saiyan lineage link, prepare for battle. He just has these ultra common links. This dude is insane. Quadruple supering, quadruple critting. His power is just too nuts. He's too good. Also, remember, Broly, Omega, both can be stunned the first turn. Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and Kid Buu both can stun. Cell cannot. That's one thing, right? I'm. Do I want to move Goku down, or am I keeping him right here? I will leave it as is, I think. We will. All right, next, we have the Goku and Gohan units. Let's go ahead and slide them at numero 3 right here. Okay, so this character is very good. Goku, dude, people talk about this Goku like he's actually unrunnable. It's very odd to me, right? Because it's like, yeah, he's got flaws. He could be better, right? Like, Super Saiyan Goku, I don't, like, you compare him to, like, this guy. There's, like, no contests, right? But keep in mind, he does have a high chance to stun. Again, the main thing I'm worried about here is Red Zone, Broly, and Omega. Only tough fights in the game. First phase, Goku can stun. The goal with Goku is to super attack 3 times as quickly as possible and get him the hell out of there, right? Because, against Omega, Goku does fine, right? He's stunning. He's able to dodge after he super attacks, and then he does build up after he dodges. It's wonderful. Against Broly, though, you do have to be a bit more cautious because Broly does not let you dodge. You cannot dodge Broly. So you really want to get his super attacks in ASAP as quickly as possible. I gave my Goku 27 additional, and it does work rather well, right? Now, once you do the 3 super attacks and switch over to Gohan, I think this Gohan individually, to me, is the best unit in the game besides LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the Gods. Like, if this was just a turn 1 unit right here, I think he'd be the 3rd best unit in the game. Easily. I don't know, how unskilled people are, or they just don't know what they're doing, or they've never played the game before. When you use this Gohan correctly, he's shooting out 9 million attack stats while having 500k start a turn defense, and he's guarding, and then he gets even more defense when he super attacks. And then he has this insane counter as well. Can't use it against Broly, but against Omega, he will push Omega's toughest attack in the game right back into his asshole and do 4 health bars of damage at the same time. This Gohan is incredible. Again, if this Gohan was just start a turn 1, I'd think this is the 3rd best unit in the game right here. Goku heavily weighs the Gohan down. Goku's one of the best Super Battle Road units in the game, though, with the high chance to stun, and then, of course, the high chance to dodge after supering. Goku's very strong. It's just the Broly fight is sort of a hard counter to what this Goku specifically wants to do. I think they designed it like that intentionally, potentially, whereas Gohan is just a Broly killer, right? I do like this unit. In the number 3 spot. Number 2, I would say the TEQ Androids. I do like the TEQ Androids. I think they are incredible. Right now, the core of the Android team is built more around them than it is around Cell, despite the fact that Cell is the leader. But to me, this unit, I mean, I don't necessarily want to say like they vastly outperform Cell, but on many turns, I feel more comfortable with them on the turn than I would with Cell. When this unit is on rotation, there's just a feeling of safety that you have between them nullifying Ki Blast, which is just like, dude, it's just an insanity. Them nullifying Ki Blast, that's one of the strongest abilities in the game, right? Them having that, they have this Ghost Usher, which is ridiculously OP, right? Again, think of fighting Broly. Broly, the two strongest phases of the game, his AoE phase, and then the last phase, the AGL one, can't hit this unit if you're above 35% HP. They nullify his blasts. You have a Ghost Usher that you potentially could use as well. The one weakness for this character, there is inconsistency to them for sure, which a lot of times I don't like. But you really want to get the 8 Ki Spheres with them to get them that extra 80% defense. There's a big difference in power if you are, able to get like 4 Tech Orbs and 1 Rainbow Orb versus if you get like 10 Tech Orbs. This unit is like radically different. But I think all they're doing things that other characters don't do. The Ki Blast nullification, the Ghost Usher. You look at Gohan. Other characters do what Gohan does. Look at Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Other characters do what he does. Look at Kid Buu. Other characters do what he does. Look at Perfect Cell. Other characters do what he does. The androids, other units don't really do what they do. It's like PyCon has the Ghost Usher active skill, and then Android 19 and 20 absorb Ki Blast. But that's it. Those are the only other sort of comparisons. This unit is insane. They also do Seal as well, which does not work again. I believe Broly's immune to attack debuffing, but he can be sealed. Yeah, Broly can be sealed, stunned, and defensive lowered in his first phase. Omega can be hit by everything. I think Broly just cannot be attack debuffed is what it is in his first phase. But this unit is just ridiculous. They feel like the strongest unit on the Android team to me. Really, really good. They could look bad on any given turn, or they could nullify 2 super attacks from the strongest boss in the game, AGL Broly, and you win. All right, so there is that. Number 1, Captain Ginyu. If Ginyu is next to other Ginyu Force units, it's death. I do think Gohan, again, individually, would be above even Goku Ginyu. One of the main reasons being that the hardest fight in the game is Broly, who cancels dodge. So he hurts this Ginyu a lot. Because Goku Ginyu, is getting 10% attack, defense, crit chance, and dodge per attack that he does. Up to 50%. So fully build up, he gets another 50% attack, defense, crit chance, and dodge. But the dodge doesn't do anything against Broly, right? But Ginyu's heal, Scouter, he has support. He's super effective against all types. He's stacking. It's just, dude, I don't know. I feel like you could say, well, yeah, but you have to build the team around Ginyu. You have to use him with other Ginyu Force units. He's only got one team. But to be completely fair, outside of, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who has, 8 incredible teams right now, most units in the game don't have 6 amazing teams, right? This guy is on the LR Gods Beyond Super Saiyan. There's a 200% Pure Saiyan leader as well as a 170% AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta leader. Goku family has 2 good leads to it, right? This guy has a lot of Majin Buu Saga has a full 170% of Majin Vegeta. Outside of him, most units in the game don't have all these great teams where you could pick and choose from. That's another thing. Maybe we could have moved Goku higher because of that, right? Because of the fact that he's on so many teams and he's so versatile, right? With him giving himself ki like that. Again, as I mentioned, that's the thing with Kid Buu and Goku that's so good. Themselves giving them ki. Looking at this, I feel good about this. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you potentially could say you like Goku and Gohan as the number 1 best TUR. I feel like even Cell, there's arguments to use for Cell as the number 1 TUR. I feel like you can do that, right? I feel like the top 6, there's a bit of separation. I love TEQ Ultimate Gohan. I'm one of the biggest fans, but I don't know that I'm putting him in front of like Goku and Gohan or the TEQ Androids or Ginyu or something like that. But like, you know, Majin, Vegeta, AGL Trunks, some of these other subpar TURs, I would feel comfortable with this. Yeah, I do like this. I like this. I like this. I feel comfortable standing behind this when everyone is tweeting about it, right? Like, yeah, yep. See the video for my explanations there. I like it. Talking about the last couple, Kale and Caulifla can be very good in Red Zone if you baby them. They definitely can be very powerful, but I don't know that I'm putting them in front of like AGL Trunks, or no way I'm putting them in front of like AGL Kid Gohan, right? Super Vegeta is very good. He's definitely better than people give him credit for. There are some, you know, Red Zone stages, you know, as long as he doesn't get hit with a super and, you know, he's not getting hit too many times, he could be okay. One of the main things about Super Vegeta, though, is that he super attacks, gives himself his defensive buff, and then he has to get hit one more time. So that's where it's like that first hit can be quite damaging to Super Vegeta, right? In Broly's very good. He can be very powerful in different Red Zone stages, right? But like, I don't know, like I feel like I like Kid Gohan's support better. Like I feel comfortable with Kid Gohan at 10. I probably would put Broly at 11, maybe Super Vegeta 12, Kale and Caulifla 13. I more so just put Raditz on there just because he's so new, but Raditz is like pretty poor performance. Bad damage, defense is like mediocre. Raditz is not really doing anything notable. So yeah, there we go. Let me know what you guys think about the top 10 like premium unit DOKKANFEST TURs currently in the game. I do feel pretty good about this list, right? So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.